Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something that really forces a tough conversation.
It does. We're digging into a set of sources called Nutrition, the Foundation for Digital Futures.
And it sets up this real tension. On one hand, you have South Africa's vision for the future, AI, coding in schools, all of that.
And on the other, a fundamental crisis that's happening right now, child nutrition.
Exactly. So our mission in this deep dive is to ask, how effective can all these future-ready skills be, really, if the absolute foundation, a healthy, well-fed child, just isn't there?
Right. The core idea from the material is pretty simple, almost blunt. It's very, very difficult to teach a child to code if that child is hungry.
Let's start there then, with the scale of the problem. How bad is the official data?
It's horrifying, to be honest. In 2021, you had over 680,000 households with young children under 5 reporting that they experienced hunger.
So they just ran out of food.
They just ran out and couldn't afford to buy more nutritious food. That's immediate, desperate hunger.
And that's devastating. But what about the more chronic, long-term damage? What's the metric we should really be watching?
It has to be stunting. That's the one.
Explain that for us.
Stunting is basically chronic undernutrition. It affects somewhere between 28 and 29% of children under 5.
29%. That's more than 1.5 million kids?
It's a massive number.
Right.
And it's a rate that has barely moved in decades. For a middle-income country, that's just the same. It's a profound failure.
Wow.
And you need more proof of the crisis. We still have around 1,000 children dying every single year from severe acute malnutrition.
It seems so counterintuitive, though. I mean, South Africa as a country is food secure, right?
Nationally, yes, there's enough food. The failure point identified in the sources is all about access. It's affordability.
So it's not scarcity. It's just that poor households simply cannot afford the basic nutritious diet their kids need to develop.
That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, okay, so let's pivot to the other side of this, the national ambition. We hear constantly about coding, robotics, getting AI into schools.
The fourth industrial revolution.
Right. But what does this chronic stunting actually do to the very learners we're trying to prepare for that future?
This is where the research is just brutal. There's a direct, scientifically proven link.
Okay.
Stunting and early undernutrition are strongly associated with poorer performance in school, with lower cognitive scores, and with earning less money as an adult.
So we're essentially creating an unfair race from the start.
A completely unfair race.
Yeah.
We're asking a child whose brain development has been physically impaired by hunger to compete with peers who've had good nutrition their whole lives.
So for a huge portion of kids, the real barrier to digital inclusion isn't a slow internet connection.
No.
It's just the lack of a decent breakfast.
It's as fundamental as that, yeah.
So if it comes down to money, what does the policy solution actually cost? What are we talking about here?
This is where the source material gets really compelling. The main policy idea is to raise the child support grant to a level that's much closer to the actual cost of a basic nutritious diet.
And the price tag for that?
It would be in the scale of tens of billions of rand per year in additional spending.
Tens of billions. I mean, that sounds like a completely astronomical number for any government budget.
It does, until you put it next to another number.
Which is?
The amount of money South Africa is estimated to have lost annually to corruption, to state capture, and to wasteful expenditure.
And that number is?
Credible reports put that figure in a comparable range. Tens of billions of rand per year.
So wait, you're saying the money needed to properly feed children is in the same ballpark as the money that's been stolen or wasted?
The orders of magnitude are the same, yes. And that really reframes the whole question, doesn't it? It's about priorities.
That completely changes the perspective. This isn't about choosing between feeding kids and funding the future.
No. It's a choice between feeding kids and, tolerating massive financial mismanagement.
So what's the clear takeaway for policymakers, for educators listening to this?
The takeaway is that child nutrition has to be seen as foundational. It's a prerequisite for any serious conversation about 4IR skills.
It's not an add-on.
It's not an add-on, it's the starting block. Budgets for AI labs and computer centers have to sit alongside fully funded nutrition programs and grants, not instead of them.
So digital tools should be amplifiers of potential.
Exactly. Amplifiers.
Yeah.
Not just, pretty decorations placed over these deep structural cracks of neglect.
That comparison between the money we need for this and the money we've lost, it just crystallizes everything, doesn't it?
It tells you everything about national priorities.
It really does. You can't code your way out of a malnutrition crisis. So if we are serious about an AI-driven future, the real question has to be, what does that comparison truly tell us about what we value?